Annyeonghaseyo. I'm Marshall.
I'm Ariel.
And we're
Soju for Two.
Now this is going to be our final review of Love Rain.
Yes, and this is, you guys all know from the very beginning, we really were supportive of this show.
I feel like we were the only ones. I heard a lot of negative things about Love Rain, but we really enjoyed watching this drama.
Right from the beginning, I think we were like definitely supporters because we love Jang Eun-suk so much. And we love Yoona. I mean, I'm really not sure why everyone hated her so much.
Yeah, so starting out, obviously the cast, the main lead is Jang Eun-suk, and then Yoona is the main female lead. And going into our normal things with this, I mean, the characters, I thought that because they played two people, you know, they both, and then a lot of the other characters were also brought back, and some of them were left in the past, because it starts out in the 70s, moves forward to modern day, and, you know, we have a lot of in-between. And I think this one, because they had to play different people, you got to really see good acting skills. And that's what I thought Jang Eun-suk did a great job. I mean, I believed him with both characters.
Honestly, I feel like this was his best role I've ever seen him in. And I feel like people didn't like him in this, but I really feel like he's matured as an actor. And it wasn't just like, you know, his super sad face or super happy face. It was really, like, really great acting in this show.
I thought that this was really heartfelt. I know some people thought that, like, it was maybe a little too whiny in certain spots, and we've heard that comment. And, like, I can kind of understand that, but for me, I just thought it seemed really emotional. Like, this wasn't a drama that was going to be easily resolved, and because so many people were, like, involved in this love, obviously it was going to be a difficult story.
And I think that it had a really different, you know, really original storyline. I mean, this is something we've never seen before. We've never seen something like this before. And I think that because it was such like a fate story, I think that's what made it really good, and it was really different. So
and I thought
love
the chemistry was excellent. I mean, Jang Eun-suk and Yoona, like, obviously in the 70s it was more of like this innocent love, and then in the modern day they were definitely like fighting,
a lot more tension,
and it seemed like they were different people, and that's what was really great to me. It was like finding, like, it wasn't just that they were in love with their, you know, the parents were exactly the same as the kids. It wasn't totally like that. They were different people, but yet still found each other. And I think that to me that was like so compelling, and I liked both relationships a lot.
Okay, so love triangle. But in this one, it's a love pentagram.
I mean,
basically.
There are so many people. Well, in the 70s, it's really just like three.
Triangle, yeah.
And then in the modern day, I mean, like, everyone loves her.
What's interesting about this, this is probably where the show gets the least points for me, because even though, like, Sunbae, I really wanted her to end up with him just because I loved him, it was nothing about the other loves really felt that compelling.
I thought the doctor was really the most compelling, or maybe other love, because it was more of like a quiet, like, unrequited love, and never really pursued it, and it was really innocent in the same way that the 70s love was.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think I liked it. I just felt like it wasn't like enough of a like struggle. Like, I feel like they could have really amped up the love triangle factor here.
Yeah. And I think in that way, this might have been good to have a couple more episodes.
Yeah.
You know, I would have liked to have seen more episodes with this drama, just because there was such a story to it that 20 episodes might not have been enough.
I think you could have explored the doctor more, and some unrequited love there, and I don't know, I really did like that part.
Okay, so with mistaken identity, misunderstanding. Okay, well, obviously, like, mistaken identity is what leads to major issues in the modern one, and really just, you know, almost rips them all apart. I think that's, like, the really big issue here, but, like, love is supposed to, you know, bring it all
and I feel
around.
like the misunderstandings are really, like, little, like, couple fights, like, whether or not she's seeing Sunbae, or, like, things like that, but it like, it didn't feel very young, because it was still, like, sort of an honest jealousy, like, he's jealous because clearly this guy loves her, not because she's, like, cheating on him, so it felt like a little bit like couples bickering, which I felt was really real. I liked that.
Yeah, and I think that obviously the misunderstandings, too, in the first one were misunderstandings, again, about love. And that's why I think that we really liked this drama, because it was romantic in that same way. I mean, I thought this was filmed beautifully, so the misunderstandings, mistaken identities, you know, they just were done really well for us. And I think that that's why we really enjoyed the drama, and might be why some people had issues with it.
Okay, so now on to bad guys turn good. So there's two different sort of bad guys here. So we have, early on, Jang Eun-suk's character in the 70s version, I don't think he's really a bad guy. I think the only time he really has a bad guy moment is in the present, when he has to sort of deal with, like, overcoming his love in order for his son to be happy.
It seems like he's gonna, like, you know, not let his son be happy and let him be happy, but then, you know, he obviously makes a different choice.
He totally redeems himself. Okay, and then in the other one with Jang Eun-suk, the modern character, I would say that he is a bit of, like, he's not a bad guy in the beginning, he's just a bit of a jerk.
He's like kind of a playboy, and he kind of knows he has everything.
And doesn't want to admit that he could, like, love someone, because he's, like, seen how his dad is. But I would say that he totally makes that turnaround really early. I mean, he realizes he likes her really early on. It's probably
whether or not he doesn't admit it to her, you know.
That's probably the most redeeming, like, the best part of this for me, is that he's, like, it's a lot like Boys Over Flowers, where he's, like, once he loves her,
he loves her
forever. So I really like that.
Okay, so with this one, then piggyback rides. So
Yes.
there are a couple, and they're like drunken ones, which are obviously the best kind. And add a lot of cuteness to it. But I think what's better with this, like there's piggyback rides, but then the kisses. So this one has definitely a couple really major kisses.
Epic.
Yeah.
The
and
fountain kiss, by far the best kiss of the show.
Yeah, and I think the one too when they have the reunion is obviously like a steamy kiss. And then there's a couple cute kisses. In the 70s, there's really only like a cheek kiss. But
Which actually had a lot of power to it.
Yeah.
I think the scene of that kiss was really beautiful. Okay, so fashion. Wow.
This was excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one definitely had, I'd say, like, really beautiful but wearable clothing.
Yes.
Which is different from, like, Fashion King, which had great clothing, but it was, like, very editorial.
Yeah, Jung Suk obviously has a great stylist, and he always does what's kind of, like, really cutting edge for men's fashion. And I just think it's just really beautiful to look at what they put together for him.
Yeah.
And then Yuna is obviously, we loved everything she wore in this drama. I mean, it's all the big sweaters, the pastel color palette. I mean, just so pretty and fresh for spring, and we really loved it.
And honestly, I'd say the only thing we didn't like so much, and it wasn't that we didn't think it was beautiful and we didn't think she was beautiful, the wedding dress, the high-low wedding dress, I think it was gorgeous, but maybe for a different body type. Yeah. She's so thin that a corset ball gown is not necessarily, I'd say, the best shape for her.
It's going to really accentuate how skinny she is, instead of really making her look curvy. So we were going to say, like, she should have come out in, like a fishtail, like a mermaid style, where it, like, comes in and then, you know, goes back out.
Gives her a little bit more of a shape.
Gives her more of a shape. I mean, she's so tiny, but the dress was beautiful. You know, we loved how her hair was. Just really, like, kind of classic and really different. I just think that this drama for us with fashion was, like, hit it out of the park.
Definitely.
And the next thing we really loved was the music.
Yeah. This one, I think it had outstanding. I mean, the soundtrack is awesome. There's a lot of, like, music that isn't on the soundtrack that we would love to get. So if you have a list of all the music, please let us know. The one song is, like, Falling for You or Falling. I haven't been able to find it, and I really, really want it. So if you have that, please let us know.
I think what was great, too, about this, like, we always talk about the songs and how they're repetitive. Now, for me, this became repetitive, but, like, to the point that I was singing along.
Yeah, we knew all the words.
I knew the words. And obviously it's in Korean, and I'm not fluent in Korean, but it was so just catchy in, like, such a great way that I loved these songs. So if you like music, this is, like, a really great.
And both the leads sing, and it just, I think it really added so much to this drama, and it was so many beautiful scenes. Like, the way it was shot and the music was really all came together really well for us.
Okay, so rating this. Now, I'm going to give this an 8.5. I think that this drama was beautifully shot, like we've said multiple times. The music was great, the fashion was great, and the romance was great. I think it was like an epic story, and I think that's what I loved about it. Maybe things fall a little flat for me, like where other people saw it with just maybe a little hard to express the emotion, like that it kept being so negative for a long time in this drama, and maybe that was my biggest thing. It was whiny at certain spots, but other than that, I thought there were so many great parts to this drama.
So for me, I think I'd give it an 8. I think that I love Jung Suk. I loved Yuna in this. I think that the fashion, music, everything was great. What I didn't really like so much was that there were a lot of episodes, I think maybe 4 or 5, that I probably could have lost, and I didn't have to watch. And that's like other shows where I felt like I needed to watch every single thing that was going on.
Yeah, because we wanted them with some of the episodes to explore more like other aspects,
like the love triangles with other things. I think there wasn't quite enough in certain areas, and they spent a lot of time in certain things that we didn't necessarily think they needed.
Because we said earlier, like, it would have been better with a couple more episodes if it explored other things. I mean, because it felt like they kept focusing on the same thing. Yeah,
but I think that what's great about it in the end is that it was really sweet.
It's a romance.
It's a romance. I mean, from the beginning, it was really funny. There's just a few in the middle that I could have left out, but honestly, you should watch this drama. And if you're tentative about it because people don't really like it, we really liked it, and we say you should watch it.
Okay, thanks.
Bye, guys.